Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Thursday, November the 28th, also known as Thanksgiving for those in the United States. That being said, Philip Hronek, and the reason why you're not usually happy if I'm wearing your team's jersey for a news video, Hronek is apparently dealing with a separated shoulder, according to Rick Dollywall. So that could keep him out for a long time. We're looking at probably months, is what I've seen as well. Without Hronek in the lineup, it's going to be difficult for a Vancouver team that's already dealing with a lot of bumps and bruises and a lot of missing players, including JT Miller. Besser hasn't looked quite up to speed since coming back. Hoaglander's not scoring goals. Dakota Joshua not producing like he did last year because he's just recently returned from a long time off. Things in Vancouver, not panic yet because the panic isn't indexed until next week. We'll see if there's a full-on panic next week. But losing Hronek is huge. That is absolutely huge. There's been a lot of talk of splitting up Hughes and Hronek. This isn't what we had in mind. This just isn't what we had in mind. Jordan Binnington, with the win he got last night, the shutout, he actually passed Michael Ute for first on the all-time list with the St. Louis Blues. I believe that's win number 152. And St. Louis is one of those teams that I'm always surprised by how low the wins total is for their all-time leader. Toronto's the other one. I'm kind of surprised they don't have a wins leader that's got more than what they have at this point. But Binnington with 152 wins, the all-time leader for the St. Louis Blues, and I would think that 200 about a year and a half from now we might see him in that 200 range. Congratulations to Binnington on reaching said milestone. Zach Hyman, who's been out for a bit now, and there's debate about whether or not he'll be included on the Team Canada roster. I don't think so, but we'll see when those rosters release on December 4th what they look like. And Chris Knobloch saying in an interview with the press that he could return during the trip, that he's back practicing with the team, and Hyman could absolutely make an appearance during this road trip. Corey Perry also said that the 5-day break in between games, greatly appreciated by the Oilers because there's some banged up players who've had some days off to rest and to heal themselves up a little bit and get ready to get back at it. I believe tomorrow they're playing because everybody's playing over the next couple of days. So apparently the Oilers have enjoyed that downtime. The Columbus Blue Jackets lost in overtime last night, and while I talked during the review last night about Calgary being upset about the power play that Detroit got that led to the game-winning goal, Dean Evason after the game was upset last night that there was no call on Nick Suzuki. I believe it was Kent Johnson he was fighting for the puck with, and Evason felt that should have been a penalty on the Montreal Canadiens. Instead, the Canadiens go down the ice, and it's Suzuki that puts the puck in the net. Hudson with the assist on that one. And so he basically, Evason saying you've got to call a penalty there. That's just not the right thing. Nothing in terms of a fine at this point in time. You never know when the NHL is going to decide to fine a coach to tell them to knock it off. But yeah, Evason wasn't happy. And yeah, there was definitely some penalties to talk about from last night's games. Rasmus Dahlin left practice early today for the Buffalo Sabres, and his status for tomorrow's game against the Canucks is seen as being probably a game-time decision, at least now. We'll see when tomorrow rolls around whether or not he's in their lineup. But Rasmus Dahlin, if he's out for any period of time, that could potentially be huge to a Buffalo team that's right on that line of maybe they end up in the playoffs and maybe they don't. Danny Heatley has a good sense of humor. Yep, absolutely. So, Danny Heatley has seen the meme of 50 and 07. He's seen it. He's heard about it. Of course he has. Because it was a meme, it went crazy, and I'm sure people showed it to him a lot. And he's saying that the meme, he doesn't like it because he scored 50 in 06 and 50 in 07, so the meme should be he scored 50 in 06 and 07. But he doesn't sound like he has a problem with it, just that they only acknowledge the 50 in 07, and where was the 50 in 06? I believe when I did the year-by-year video series, I think I talked about that Heatley had multiple 50-goal seasons, but understanding that the 50 in 07 is the meme that has gone on for a very long time. If you don't know what it is, just go ahead and YouTube search 50 in 07. It'll bring up Danny Heatley videos. Barclay Goodrow has been placed on IR, upper body injury for him with the San Jose Sharks, so they've recalled Cardwell. Cardwell on the fourth line for their next game. Should be fine. He was fine in a call-up earlier this year. Granlund is a game-time decision for their next one. So without Granlund in the lineup, it definitely hurts their attack. Probably part of the reason they lose against Ottawa last night, although allowing 4 goals and 11 shots. Blackwood's got to be better than that. But yeah, we'll see if Granlund's in the lineup for them or not. And Miles Wood, placed on the injured reserve by Colorado. He had just come back. So Colorado gets Drouin back. He goes back on the IR. He's out week to week. Wood comes back. Now he's back out. He's on the IR. Chris Wagner recalled. And I did mention earlier in the season that the idea of Colorado getting healthier, very often with Colorado, it feels like either it's a situation like this where a player gets hurt again, or maybe they weren't 100% when they returned from the injury and they aggravated it, or just brand new names end up on the list. Colorado struggles with injuries. It seems to be the case most seasons, and it's that case this season too. So at the very least, they're used to it, and next player up is kind of a whole mantra that they have, and they're not the only team that has that, but definitely been a case with Colorado for some time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.